Hi guys, welcome to Ecuador Homestead. It's already been 1 week and man, we have not been getting very much done. The only thing we've really gotten done is a rock area that we've rocked in, and I haven't filmed that either, so I just rocked that in a little bit ago before I started filming. So we've gotten that done, but we have a lot more things to be doing this week. First of all, we had to go ahead and pick the beans. We're gonna do that this week. We're gonna have to get a lot more dirt for the beds, the rock side beds I just made with the rocks. We have to get dirt for that. We have a lot more things to be doing. So we're gonna go ahead and get started and do some more things. But before I continue with this video, I wanna say one real quick for the things for the patrons. We're gonna start doing a food forest, and this is actually gonna be right out of my gate, out of my garden. I'm gonna do a food forest over there. And that's going to be on Patreon, so you'll find it like every month you'll see a video on Patreon for the food forest. So check that out if you're a patron. Link in the description. If you're not, you can become a patron right down there in the description. Thought I'd mention that. We're going to go and get started on the beans, picking the beans, get stuff done with that. So let's go and start. I just finished picking all the beans that pretty much could be picked. There's still more on the vine that can be picked. This is how much I've gotten so far. So, I mean, it's not like a whole lot, and I'm kind of discouraged with the amount I've gotten so far. I'm gonna get more, so that's good. But for this little amount right here, as you can see, that I just don't know if I'm gonna be planting this again or if I'm gonna pull it up and put something permanent here. Hopefully, in a little bit, I'll be able to come back and pick the rest of them and get another harvest. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to planting tomatoes. So let's go over there and plant some. All right, so now we've got a lot of, we're actually in my sister in the family garden right here. Right here, you can see this is where the peanuts are. But all these right here, you can pretty much see are tomatoes. Now, not this one. This one looks so much like a tomato, but it's completely different. It's something completely different. We're actually just going to pull this out. There you go. That's not a tomato. Tomato has fuzz on it, for one thing. Anyway, so what we're going to do with all these tomatoes is we're just going to pull these up, all these up, and then we're going to take them all and plant them in my garden. Not all of them. I mean, there's lots of them. And this used to be a tomato bed where our cherry tomatoes were, but we pulled all the tomatoes up and put peanuts here, which all the way down you can see there's peanuts. All I'm going to do pretty much is pull up the tomatoes just like so. Let's see. Just like so. There we go. That's a tomato. And then I'm going to pull off this leaf, which is easier to do with two hands, but I'm only able to do it with one right now. And then I'm going to stick it pretty deep in the ground. I'm going to go in and get all these and get them all ready, and then I'm going to plant them in my garden. Now I'm done planting all the tomatoes. Had only one left, so that was pretty good. Got them all planted, the entire bed's planted. The only problem that I may have with this area is that tomatoes like sun, from what my mom tells me and everybody's telling me. And this area's got some good bit of shade, so I'm not sure how good they're gonna do here. They'll still grow, but they're just probably not gonna do as good because the ones that we planted in the sun did a lot better and are really doing good. And hopefully this will do fine. If not, I'll have to move it to another bed and plant something that likes shade over here. So let's move on to another project. So I'm a little bit here in the woods now, starting on a project, and right behind me I got some trees right here, a bunch of trees. I'm gonna cut these down, and you're probably wondering what am I gonna do with them? Well, what I'm gonna do with them is I'm gonna make I said a little bit in another update video that I'm going to start working on my arbor. Now I'm probably not gonna finish my arbor in this video. Maybe I will, maybe not. I'm not, you know, guaranteeing anything to you. But at least we're gonna start. So I've got to go ahead and get the logs, the 4 posts to support my arbor, of course. And so I'm gonna go ahead and cut these down. This is what I'm cutting this tree down for. So that's pretty much that for the logs. Got them. We're not going to go ahead and put up the trellis yet. We're not going to go ahead and set them and put them in place because we got other things to do before we finish up the video. So like I have to mess with the strawberries. Strawberries having problems. So I'm going to go ahead and put like a plastic covering over it to help it out a little bit. But man, it took a long time to get all these chopped and get them all in pieces and over here because I had to haul them from a long way. But luckily they're done, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to working with the strawberry. Now I'm over here by my strawberry right here, you can see, and it's had a hit, it's had a beating right now, you know. It's only got one more leaf and a small strawberry plant, small strawberry growing right there. So it's not doing too good. So I've got this plastic right there. It's just a little bit of plastic. Got 2 rocks over there. Got these 2 sticks on the side of it. And so basically all I'm gonna do is just take this and just do that, okay? And this is just gonna keep it hopefully dry. I mean, strawberries do not like to be wet very much, and it just gets a lot of rain here. Hopefully that'll work for now, and hopefully it'll survive, and if it does, I'll try to see if it can, once it's big and strong, if I can take it off and it'll be okay. I may have to do some more sand in this, and that'll be that. Anyways, before I close out the video, since I'm getting kind of close to the end of the week that I have to film, I'm going to show you a few more things. Over here, this is where I planted the purple cabbage, the broccoli, and they've just been destroyed. And I think it's from the cutter ants that we have around here. They love to chew on just little stuff like that, and I've had quite a bit of activity through this garden this week, so it was probably them just chewing on them, and they just don't exist anymore. So that's that with that. I mean, it's kind of frustrating. So it seems as though there's just one bummer after another. Well, right here, this bummer was basically that all these 5 right here, that one's still alive. It's got a little bit left, not much. All these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, got hit by a stick. And the stick came from like, I think that tree, I don't know. Maybe that one. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. But it just came down and smack and hit them all. And that pretty much took them out. Smashed them, and so it wasn't strong enough to grow through. And we also lost one more over here. So yeah, that's a little frustrating. Just one bummer after another. However, all these pretty much doing okay. I'm gonna mound these up next week and they should be fine. Sweet potatoes are also doing good as well, so I'm really happy with these sweet potatoes that you can see. And hopefully they'll do fine. So that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. We haven't gotten much done this week. This has been kind of a slow week. Have a lot to do. I've had a lot to do this week. It's just been kind of busy, and so I haven't had near as much time as I wanted to get out here to the garden. We're also starting up the food forest, which you'll see on Patreon if you go and become a patron. I probably won't have one posted, the first one posted, until maybe next week, maybe. Not next week, till the next update video on my garden. I may take a little bit longer as well. I'm not sure. I'm not really keep it. We have a lot more to clear with the food forest and a lot more to do with it. And so it's just not really ready to do an update video on that. So that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Become a patron if you haven't already as well. I'll leave a link in the description. Like, subscribe, become a patron, and I'll see you next time at Ecuador Homestead. Bye.